What's poppin', guys? You got your coach of the Chargers for our GBA finals team analysis versus my buddy Chimpact, coach of the Philadelphia Scizors. A very exciting game because this is actually the first time we're ever going to be playing each other, ever for that matter, I think, because I mean we've played a little bit before just for fun versus each other, but like never in a tournament, never in any kind of high stakes match. So this should be very interesting and very exciting as well. So looking at my team here, so before I even get into the teams, do have to apologize for this being a bit later than usual, I should say, since I know Chimpact had a really busy schedule, so we were kind of forced to push it out to a week later. Hopefully we can come out with a W here. I mean, let's talk about history right now. Let's talk about history, okay? We did lose last GBA finals, unfortunately, to a crit. This time now we're back in the finals for this season, looking to hopefully get more fortune or get some kind of fortune here. His team consists of Tapu Bulu, Greninja, Nihilego, Uxie, Mega Camerupt, Ferrothorn, Zygarde 10%, Drifblim, Slurpuff, Scrafty, and Victini. This should have already appeared to your right. Of course, this will be our last team builder for the season of the GBA. Now, looking at his team, right, he has a lot of different Pokemon he can bring, a lot of different playstyles he can bring. He can bring Trick Room, he can bring more fast-paced offense. He has a lot of good options for hazard stacking with Uxie, with setting up rocks. He has Ferrothorn for both rocks and spikes, Nihilego for something like rocks or T-spikes, Greninja for spikes or even T-spikes. So he has a lot of ways to set up hazards. I know that for a fact. I know for a fact that if I want to bring hazards, he's just going to out-hazard me, force me to defog. I think bringing hazards to this match is a bad idea, so I don't have hazards on my team. Instead, I focused on getting rid of hazards with defog and trying to put him in a position where he can't break through my team. He has mons like Victini and Zygarde, not Zygarde, Camerupt that can, I guess, break through, but I can kind of punch holes through my team initially, so I've decided to keep a lot of good sponges for those kinds of mons, and I'll show you guys what I got here. So the first Pokemon we got is going to be Amoonguss, plus I guess we can just say the core Amoongbro here, with both of them having assault vests. I think that's going to be really great versus his team because of the fact that he cannot break through Amoonguss and Slowbro with one single Pokemon. For instance, Camerupt, like the only way I guess he could break through both of those is if he has like, I don't know, maybe nature, like he'd have to have like nature power under his terrain to actually do more than 50% to Slowbro. Earth power does around like 35 to 40 something percent. So it's going to be eating it up because we are a more Spadef bulky assault vest Slowbro, which can eat hits from Camerupt except for any kind of nature power, which I am anticipating him to bring if he does decide to bring Camerupt. Similarly, Amoonguss actually can sponge with the AV and Fizdef. It sponges hits from Bulu, Slurpuff, from Greninja, Nihilego, Pokemon such as those, and of course, Slowbro can indeed sponge hits from Victini as well. Even if it's a special Victini, if it's like a special attacking set with like Thunder, it will be able to eat it up, and I can go for like a Scald, which is a 2-hit KO on it. So it's a really nice mon for sure. Like Assault Vest, Amoonguss, and Slowbro can really put a lot of work as the Regenerator core. And I don't think he has an easy time breaking through that kind of core, so that's why I have that. With the EV spread, I'm able to take +2 Zen Headbutt from Bulu from full HP. My Amoonguss can do that, and it can also take a +6 Belly Drummed Slurpuff's Return, so that's also really nice as well. Other than that, sponges like a lot of other hits. For Slowbro, we can not get 2-hit KO'd by Camerupt's Earth Power, firstly. Secondly, it has enough defense so that it can sponge like a Banded V-Create, for instance, even after rocks for that matter, so that we can actually switch into attacks pretty well. We just have to, I guess, predict properly. So like a Bolt Strike coming out of Victini or like a Thunder. So that's why I'm also bringing Gligar on this team, because I have to have an electric immunity so that we can kind of play around it a little bit versus any kind of electric moves. So yeah, that especially since I'm bringing electric terrain with Koko, gotta watch out for those electric moves. I mean, he also has a Bulu, so it's kind of going to be a terrain war between Koko and Bulu here. But yeah, so I have Stomping Tantrum on Amoonguss specifically for Nihilego, which I definitely think he will bring. Pinsir's a big threat to his team, so I would anticipate him to bring like Scarf Nihilego or something. Yeah, so Hidden Power Fire for the Ferrothorn, Clear Smog just so that we can get rid of stat boosts from Bulu, Slurpuff, and Giga Drain just so that we can actually have a move to hit Greninja with, and just a solid stab move overall, hitting pretty hard in his grassy terrain. So next, of course, Slowbro is just 4 attacks. Scald, of course, needed for Camerupt and Victini. Psyshock for the Nihilego, doing more damage to that because its Fizz Def is really bad. Flamethrower for the Ferrothorn, Ice Beam for Bulu, Zygarde, things like that. I guess Flamethrower also for Bulu. But that's also really nice. So like I have a little bit of speed here just in case he wants to try to speed creep my Slowbro, which is naturally faster than Mega Camerupt. If he wants to try to speed creep it, he'll have to go a little bit above that. So I thought that was interesting there. And that's basically it for those two. We can move on to Tapu Koko, which is Choice Scarfed. And the reason I'm bringing Choice Scarf is because I feel like it's really good in this match. We have 92 special attack, which actually OHKOs Scrafty from full, 252 HP Scrafty, without any Spadef investment. Max attack so that we can damage Pokemon with Wild Charge really well, especially the Nihilego. It outruns Scarf Nihilego, it outruns Scarf Victini. Any kind of Scarfer he brings, I guess Bar Scarf Greninja, because I've only set the speed here to outrun a Scarf Zygarde 10%, because I don't think he'd, I don't know, Scarf Greninja does not make too much sense when I have like Amoonguss and stuff that can sponge hits pretty well. Its power level is not that great because it is Torrent Greninja, so because of that, I think that we only need to afford to run this much speed. Also because with this much speed, we still naturally outrun a max speed Jolly Unburden activated Slurpuff, so that's pretty nice there. And other than that, like I guess I got Coco's a really great sort of lead in many scenarios. Leading with is nice because it's faster than any kind of potential Scarfer he could lead off with. Getting off fast U-turns with max attack. I mean, I got Brave Bird because it's great versus like Bulu, for instance, maybe Scrafty. It can do a lot of damage to those. Dazzling Gleam, like I said, for not only just Scrafty actually, but also like Zygarde as well. Like I know it's not a guaranteed OHKO on Zygarde from full HP, but actually after a U-turn, it can easily do it. Or any kind of chip damage, even if he's like a Life Orb or something. Just a little bit of chip, Dazzling Gleam will knock out Zygarde, which is nice. And that's basically it for Tapu Koko. Go over the last 3 months here. So we got Hoopa Unbound. I wanted to bring Hoopa to this match because of how like threatening it is versus him. His only really good switch-in, I guess, is Scrafty. Maybe he'll likely bring Colbur Berry on Uxie or something, I'm thinking, because that's probably one of his best, I guess, sort of switch-ins to certain mons on my team. And it has rocks, so he'd want to bring that, I guess. But I do have a Tanga Berry so that we can actually live U-turns, and also like Hyperspace Fury will do a lot still, while we can also live any kind of like weak U-turns at -1 defense, which is nice. We have enough speed to outrun Bulu, max speed, so we can hit it up with like gunk shots and stuff. Drain Punch is there mainly because it hits 3 mons, Ferrothorn, Scrafty, and Greninja, so those are pretty nice in that sense. Sub so that we can avoid any kind of like maybe some paralysis or leech seed or something from Ferrothorn, which I do anticipate him to bring. Hyperspace Fury is just a nice move overall, and that's basically it for this set here. I think it's nice. I think it's solid. Versus his team, it can take some special attacks pretty well. He does have a couple of good U-turners on his team, but I think the Tanga Berry can help us out there. Plus, like if we can bring this thing in on maybe like something like Camel or I don't know, or even like Bulu, if we know that it's not locked in or something, it can definitely put in a lot of pressure versus him. I definitely anticipate Hoopa putting in some pressure along with Pinsir. With Gligar here, so I had to bring one of my defoggers. I had to bring second best defogger here. Empoleon had to sit on the bench this time because thinking about it, right? If he's like looking at his team, like Empoleon kind of just gets destroyed by a lot of his mons. Like Bulu can't really sit in on a Bulu. Even on a Greninja, like it could have Z Dig or something, because it is one of his Z mons. Nihilego has Thunderbolt or Thunder, which can just destroy us, especially if our terrain is up. I guess it can come in on Uxie, but it's gonna keep getting pressured by U-turn. So I needed a Pokemon that could heal better, so we have that. Can't do anything versus Camerupt, Ferrothorn, Zygarde, Scrafty, Victini. Like there's no way that I can safely bring in Empoleon. So I think Gligar is really great in this sense because firstly it's a ground immunity, so that he can't just click Earth Power freely on anything on my on any of my Pokemon. Secondly, it's an electric immunity, which is great because that also forces him not to always click Thunder or Thunderbolt or anything like that, or Fusion Bolt, or no, sorry, Bolt Strike. So I think in this way it's it's nice because we can actually have a mon that can defog while also keeping healthy. Knockoff, I have this because I want to get rid of items, potentially get rid of berries, while Aquatail, I have it over Earthquake because grassy terrain weakens Earthquake, so it's not going to be doing much anyways. Aquatail hits Mega Camera up harder, and also can hit Victini Nihilego for super effective damage as well. I have enough speed on this thing so that it can outrun Adamant Victini, maybe if it's like Bandit or something, like a V-Create, minus speed, or -1 speed, it's able to outrun that, I think. So yeah, basically we have a good amount of defense so that I can live player off from Unburden, Slurp off +6, and some split F that I can take a Glaciate from Victini, from like mixed Victini or special Victini. Other than that, you know, nice Gligar for defogging. And the last Pokemon we got here is going to be Mega Pinsir. I'll just make it Mega so I can just take a look at the Mega form real quick. So yeah, Mega Pinsir, really cool mon. This move, this slot here, I was thinking between like either Close Combat or Earthquake or Substitute or I don't know what else I had here, but basically those 3 moves. I was thinking like, I was doing a lot of testing, right? And I found that Substitute actually helps out a little bit more since I can sort of make more plays, I guess, with it in the sense that I can actually go for it versus mons that would want to either status me or would want to switch out versus me and things like that. So would give me a decently nice attack versus something else behind the sub, so, or even a setup opportunity. I think sub in that sense is really good, especially also because return 2-hit KOs in the Nihilego anyways. So I didn't see the sense in running Close Combat when it was only really good versus like Scrafty, while return also hits that as well. Or yeah, basically that, or I guess Ferrothorn, but like +2 return will knock out a lot of different Ferrothorn sets. I guess if it's more defensive, it probably might be able to live, but that's where the sub comes in. Sub can really help us out there to avoid like T-Waves or Leech Seeds or things like that. Hypercutter so that we can avoid Intimidate from Scrafty, and we have to run max speed so that we can be faster than Nihilego, outside of Choice Scarf, that is. So that is going to be the team. Hope you all enjoyed the final team builder of this season of the GBA. I am very, very hyped to play my buddy Chimpact, and that's gonna be it. So stay tuned for the battle going up tomorrow, 24 hours from this video. I think 4 p.m. Eastern. I haven't really coordinated when we're gonna get it up yet, but yeah, so that's when we're gonna do it. I will see you guys on the battle tomorrow. Goodbye, friends.